Well, well, well. We are finally where we've been wanting to be all season long. The first game of the season. And this is the game of the year for the Cowboys. Make no mistake about it, because it's the first game of the year. It's the first game of the entire NFL career. It is the Cowboys versus the Eagles. It's the Eagles celebrating their Super Bowl win from last season, but it's a brand new season, and the Cowboys are ready to bring it to the Eagles. But what has me excited about this game is that Brian Schottenheimer has this team ready. Not just for the Eagles game, but what has me excited is that Brian Schottenheimer has his team ready for bigger aspirations. I'm going to let you hear a quick snippet of CeeDee Lamb, and then I'm going to let you hear what Brian Schottenheimer said yesterday that ought to have every Dallas Cowboy fan excited. Let's talk Cowboys. We're about to talk facts. Welcome, Cowboy fans and Cowboy haters alike. I'm the G, and I'm the host of Let's Talk Cowboys, where we talk facts. And if you like this video, please don't forget at the end to please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know the next time we post another video or go live. And if you haven't become a channel member subscriber yet, please do. We have a lot of great things coming up this season. Now let's talk facts. Y'all make sure y'all catch me today at 4:30, and then catch me again around 10:30 for the post-game show of this particular game. This game is going to be absolute fireworks. And I believe the Cowboys are going to shock a lot of people. And we're going to see Kenny Clark pay immediate dividends. And we're going to get to see what this pass rush looks like without Micah Parsons. But nevertheless, Brian Schottenheimer has this team in a headspace that I absolutely love. Because I know a lot of people, they're looking at this game and they're waiting on this game to say they shouldn't have traded Micah. The same old Cowboys shouldn't have hired Brian Schottenheimer. The Cowboys are going to suck, blah, 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 blah. But Brian Schottenheimer, the reason why I believe the Cowboys are going to win this game is because Brian Schottenheimer has bigger aspirations. And he has his team not just focused on the game in front of them, but he also wants them to understand that this game is not going to define the season, but rather maybe be a jumping point. Win or lose, it'll be a jumping point for where we either need to go or things that we need to improve upon. Either way, it's a win-win for the Cowboys. But I want to let you hear, again, I want to let you hear CeeDee Lamb. Something that he said that lets me know this team is prepared on a whole different level. Check this out.
What's your message going into the game for the offense as far as trying to get started quickly?
We got to go out here and compete, man. We got to play. We got to play together. We got to be physical, and I mean, we can't be reactive as far as them bringing a punch to us, and then it was like, oh snap, we in the game. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we got to go out there, match energy. If not, have them match our energy. And I mean, everybody's gonna have a lot of excitement. It's the first game. It's week one. But then again, we also got to realize that everything is not going to be perfect week one, and the season don't end in week one. And I'm not saying that to negate any thoughts, because we still going in there thinking we're going to win this game. So
it is that statement right there. CeeDee Lamb is very careful. Brian Schottenheimer is this team very well prepared, because if the Cowboys lose, we don't want their psyche to be shattered. Even if the Cowboys win, we don't want them to be too high up. This game is not the defining game of the season as much as it is a measuring stick game to tell us where are we and where do we need to go. And so from that standpoint, Brian Schottenheimer has this team ready. They are looking at this game as a warm-up for what they see in their future. And what they see in their future is the Super Bowl. You don't believe me? Now listen to Brian Schottenheimer.
With this team's physicality. Well, again, I think we're going to find out a lot tomorrow night. I'm pleased with the physical nature of practice that we've had. I think, it started out in Oxnard. These guys learned how to practice the right way. These guys learned how to put the pads on. We wanted to have a physical training camp. We did that. We came back to Frisco, had the few practices in front of the fans here at the Star. Those were very, very physical. So my point is, I think, I feel like we're prepared to go into battle. I feel like we're prepared to go in and play a very, very good football team that is very physical like we are. And we'll find out a lot come Thursday night. But, at the end of the day, guys, I just told our guys this, I don't want our guys going into this matchup and being like, oh, we're playing the Eagles, defending champions, and I'm going to try super hard, and you just wait to see what I do. We don't want that, man. Hey, it's just another championship opportunity. Play free, fly around, enjoy flying around on the football field with your brother hitting somebody else, and that's kind of the way we're approaching this game. And honestly, you don't get extra credit for beating Philadelphia in Philadelphia on prime time than you do beating the Giants at noon at home in AT&T Stadium a week from now. So again, that's something that's really important to me, is each game is just another championship opportunity. That way, when we get to the huge stage of the playoffs and the Super Bowl, hey guys, we've been here before.
Brian Schottenheimer is preparing this team for greatness. Brian Schottenheimer is not only instilled this in his team, even Brian Schottenheimer is putting the world on notice. This game is not going to define me. This game is just another championship opportunity. It just moves us closer to the championship. Every single game is moving us closer to the championship. I'm feeling what Brian is saying. Brian is saying that every single game that the Cowboys play is going to be a championship opportunity. This is how the Cowboys have got to look at these games. And I'm telling us tonight, it is going to be playoff atmosphere. This is the biggest game of the year because it is the only game of the year right now. But I'm telling you, this has to be the game of the week. It has to be the game of the week, and I hope it is everything we want it to be. And I truly believe the Cowboys have a lot of advantages in this game that a lot of people don't understand. But we're going to talk about that more today at around 4:30. But Brian Schottenheimer, his mentality. I still say that the Super Bowl is next year. I think they're going to flash this year. But at the rate this team is going, man, they look like they may just be going for it all this year. And we'll see. We'll see. I don't think the Cowboys are done making moves. We'll see what moves look like towards the midseason. When we get Mariano Overshawn back, Savon Revel Jr. should be in the fold by then. And we'll have a lot of things going as far as this team goes. But I'm telling y'all, we ought to be absolutely ecstatic. Ecstatic, because everything the Cowboys have done this season has been championship level moves. And some people say the Michael Parsons thing was not a championship level move. Yes, it was. Yes, it was absolutely a championship level move. Which still, even before I knew about this, even before I knew about Brian Schottenheimer, I was already saying last year the Cowboys are going to the Super Bowl in 2026. And now with those draft picks the Cowboys have coming up over the next 2 seasons, and now that we got Kenny Clark, and I hope the Cowboys and Kenny Clark can work out some type of extension, because I'm telling y'all are going to see the benefit of having very good defensive tackles versus the top paid edge rusher in the game. These teams are winning Super Bowls with defensive tackle play in the trenches, in the interior defensive line. That's where they are winning these playoff games and these Super Bowls. And I'm telling you, if you listen to what Brian said, he said they are a physical team like we are. Do you know what makes you physical? What makes you physical are your trenches. It's not your running game, actually. It's your trenches. It's your offensive tackles. It's your offensive guards. It's your center that determine whether or not your offensive line is physical. It's your defensive tackles on defense. They determine whether or not you're physical. If you have great defensive or offensive guards and a great center, you're going to be able to run between the tackles. If you have great tackles, you're going to be able to stop the run. You're going to be able to push that pocket back into the quarterback's lap. That determines whether or not you're a physical team. And now Brian Schottenheimer is telling us he believes the Cowboys are a physical team. I love it. I love it. Cowboy fans ought to be excited. This is not just about the Eagles. The Cowboys have greater aspirations than the Eagles. Y'all tell me what you think in the comments. Let me know if you're excited about the night's game. Make sure you catch me tonight. Make sure you catch me today at 4:30, and then catch me again after the game at around 10:30. So, again, like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Until the next time, God bless DC4L. Let's talk Cowboys, where we talk facts. Peace.